welcome back to another video. If you are new here, I'm also new here. Welcome to my channel. That you can hear is Evan waiting for his breakfast. He has Weetabix this morning. It is cooling down, which better cool down very quick because this boy is hungry. I've got a coffee this morning. It's not very rare I have a coffee in the mornings, but today it's needed. I've got it in my Smart Reader mug, which I bought from Luna Cult Design, I think, on TikTok. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if this is cool enough for you. I don't think it is, mate. Oh yeah, it is. Ugh. I thought you could come along with me today again. It's only been like a couple of days since I last filmed, but we are getting out the house for a short while today. And that's always fun because a day in the house these days is very doomsday-like. I was going to straighten my hair, but I'm kind of loving it just natural. But I know as soon as I put a brush through it, game over. I do want to like really try with my natural hair because it is wavy, but just at the moment haven't got the time. But yeah, we need to pop down to the doctor's because you would have seen, if you saw my last video, I had a blood test and I actually have low iron, so they prescribed me some iron tablets, so I need to go and pick up the prescription from that and then go to the chemist to get the tablets. Then we are going to pop into Tesco's because I'm going to get some orange juice, because when I was pregnant with Evan, I had to take iron tablets as well. And I read somewhere that having vitamin C whilst taking your iron helps the body absorb it better. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. That's what I'm going to do. Basically, I was telling Kieran last night I was going to get some orange juice, and he was like, I swore you'd had enough of that after being pregnant, because I was sick the sight of orange juice when I gave birth to Evan, because I was like, I've had enough of it now. I've drunk gallons of it whilst I was pregnant. Because not only was I drinking orange juice with my iron tablets, I also, because I was doing the raspberry leaf tea towards the end of my pregnancy, I couldn't drink that on its own. It was disgusting. So I made like a Sex on the Beach cocktail with cranberry juice. Sorry, mate. Cranberry juice and orange juice. So I was going through a fair amount of orange juice, and I was like, I've had enough of it now. So I turned to apple juice. I have a little glass of apple juice in the mornings now, but I'm gonna go back to orange juice. That was a very long-winded way of saying I'm getting orange juice from Tesco's. I don't think we need anything else, so it should just be a quick trip in and out, but nothing is ever quick with this one. I haven't even had my first sip of the day because this boy takes all my energy. Why don't you have a sip of the day as well? Have some water, mate. This coffee, for anyone who's interested, is a Starbucks blonde roast pod with a spoonful of brown sugar, and then when I do my frothy milk, I put a spoonful of white hot chocolate powder in it. So it's like a little mocha. It's lovely. I was going to say, excuse all the mess behind me, but as the name of this channel goes, this is Mall Unfiltered, and this, I wasn't cleaning it up for you, sorry. It's just Easter stuff, really. And then you've got our fruit bowl, more Easter eggs. So there's that. Something I wanted to tell you all this morning is I wanted to give you a bit of advice. I know no one's asked for it, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. I'm not really one for giving advice because I personally probably don't give out very good advice anyway, and I'm rubbish at taking it, so why would I give out advice when I don't take it myself? But I will say, if anybody is planning on having children and you have a pet, or you're thinking about having pets and you are planning on having children in the future, really think about what pets you're going to get. Yeah, maybe start with goldfish. Something that doesn't make any noise, basically. That would be a good pet. Unless you have your baby, wait a few years till they're a bit older, then get your pets, because I love them to bits. I really do. But they are the noisiest creatures in the world, especially in the middle of the night. So Hugo is a pug. He is renowned for his snoring. Before we had Evan, me and Kieran find it cute. Like, oh, it's so cute. He would snore all day, all night, and we'd find it cute. It never bothered us. Now, oh my God, this boy. I was like, did he always snore this loud? The amount of times he wakes Evan up is ridiculous. And then you've got Toby. He's a cat. Do you know what? Toby is the most unsociable cat you will ever meet. But when it's just us in the house, he is a totally different cat. He's never one to like be begging for food for me to wake him up in the morning, because he has always got food, because he's more of a grazer, so he's just got food down all the time. But more often than not, he will come over to my side of the bed about, thanks mate. He's just, this cup that we've got for him, once he's had a drink, the water stays in the straw, and he learned how to flick it, and he's just flicked loads of water at me, as you can tell. Yeah, Toby has a love for coming over to my side of the bed in the mornings, and if I'm not awake, he go meow, meow. Usually, I can just get him to go away. But if I have literally just got Evan back off to sleep, it will wake Evan up because he's still in a light sleep. That's what they've done this morning, pair of them. Hugo has not stopped snoring all night, and Toby woke Evan up after I just got him back to sleep at about 6:15. So I'm not their best of friends just yet this morning. But I thought you could come along with me today. Like I said, it's been a few days since I last filmed, since I filmed my first video that you saw, and I picked Picking Daisies on Sunday book on my Kindle. I have not read it. I have not read it yet. I've not read anything, to be honest. Which has been nice to have a break, but I do want to read. But the problem is, because Evan is breastfed and he gets me up still quite a bit throughout the night, I tend to go to bed fairly early. Kieran has to wake up at the butt crack of dawn, 4:00 in the morning. So he's also going to bed early. So when we get into bed at night, we've started watching At Home with the Furies on Netflix, and I really enjoy it. So I'm choosing to watch that over reading my book at the moment. I don't think we got much left, so as soon as we finish watching that, I will get back to reading. But I thought maybe today, at some point, if I've got time and if this one allows it, we could go through the physical books I've got on my TBR in the front room on my bookshelf. I thought that would be quite fun. I do have a Smut and Sip subscription as well, and I've just been notified this morning by Every that they have my parcel, so I'm wondering if they're delivering it today. They might not, it might be tomorrow. I might do a separate video on it once it's delivered. But that's what we're doing today. So we're going to finish this. I will probably FaceTime with them. And then we'll get ready. I won't pop out. I haven't got to get to the doctor's at a certain time, but I do want to time it with his naps today. So go get yourself a cuppa if you haven't already, and let's go on with the day. We've just been to the doctor's and the chemist. I've got my tablets. Can someone tell me, why is it a thing that when you collect your tablets, you have to give out your address? I understand, obviously, for make sure you're getting your tablets, but anyone behind me is then going to know my address. That bugs me, that does. Also, is it a universal thing that all babies hate their car seats? Because I have to fight Evan every single time he goes in there. As soon as he's in there, as you can tell, he's silent. He's fine. And he will be now when I start driving, but he just hates going in there. I've shoved my hair up. And I don't even like the way I look today. I will show you what I'm wearing when I get home, but I think it's a mum thing, because I've seen loads of people say since having children, they've no idea how to dress. Like, I can't even wear, sorry, this is really shaky. I can't even wear what I used to wear before I had Evan, because it doesn't look right. To be fair, I do need to go get some more clothes because I've lost quite a bit of weight and most of my clothes are really baggy on me. But let's go Tesco's before this boy starts kicking off again. And because you'll probably get motion sickness from how shaky this is. I hate it. Yeah, let's go Tesco's. Right, we're back. I hate this weather. To be fair, it's my own fault for wearing a long sleeve under a fleece. But you are gonna constantly hear Evan making noise in the background because at the moment he doesn't like being anywhere other than in my arms, and that doesn't work when I want to have free arms and my arms are aching. Although I have started showing Kieran I've been building up some muscle just from carrying him around. So I've got some guns. Just 2 seconds, mate. I'm just going to show you quickly what I got from Tesco's, if you were interested. He's smiling at me, so he knows what he's doing. £14.80, because I did get quite a few things on top card. For lunch, I looked in the meal deal section. What is wrong with just doing a bog standard chicken and mayo? Chicken mayonnaise sandwich. The only place I know that does a chicken mayonnaise sandwich, yeah, in a meal deal is the Co-op. And the Co-op is expensive, and I wasn't going all the way to the Co-op just for a chicken mayo sandwich. So I picked up these. We're actually in the reduced section for 96p. Sliced sandwich rolls. So I'll have one of them, and then I'll freeze the rest for another day. We got some head to toe wipes because we go through them like nobody's business at meal times with Evan. These are new. They were £2 each, or 2 for £3. So I've got flame grilled chicken breast chunks, which I'm going to put in my roll for lunch. And then I got some barbecue chicken breast chunks for Kieran to take to work tomorrow as a little Friday treat. A big carton of orange juice. I was going to buy this other orange juice that was £2. That was £2.16. Make it make sense. I picked up a peaches and raspberries pouch for Evan, which he might have for lunch, I don't know. Depends what he's fancying. 12 Richmond sausages. If you don't like Richmond sausages, I would say you're not welcome, but everybody's welcome here. They were, I need to get this up because it was a bargain, £2.40 or £1.65 on Club Card. £1.65. And then I did pick up, we never buy these, but I thought these would be perfect. Excuse me. To go on my roll. So I got Gouda and extra mature slices. I'm going to have to pick him up. This is because I don't like to show him on social media, and there are multiple reasons why me and Kieran have made that decision. It makes life difficult. But I'm going to have Gouda on my sandwich. I'll show you when I have it. I'm going to go because I think he is tired, but it's not really nap time yet. And if I try and get him to sleep now, he will literally hate me. So we're going to go have a little play. I'll get him to sleep. When he's napping, I'll come back to you with whatever I'm going to do. buckle in because we're going to go through my TBR. You may hear Bluey in the background, and I am talking slightly quietly because I just managed to get into sleep. I think he's teething again, which is why we had a bit of a rough morning. He's had some teething powder, and we tried to play, but he wasn't having any of it. So I thought, right, just get him to sleep. He's gone to sleep a lot earlier than he usually does, but I think, again, it's just his teeth. So I've got some summer fruits squash with loads of ice in here. My little book cup. I have just picked up some of the books that's from higher up on my shelf. 2 of them are smut and sip books and 1 is just a normal book. So I'm going to go through these first. I've only recently started reading hardbacks. I always swore I never liked reading a hardback book, but I'm growing fond of them, especially the special editions, because they're just so pretty. So start with the one that's not a smut and sip, which is 7 Deadly Thorns by Amber Hamilton, which this is a pretty book anyway. I'm going to try not to talk through every single book because I'm aware we could be here a while and I don't anticipate him sleeping very long, to be honest. But the end pages are really cute. So that is that one. Then Court of Blood and Bindings by Lizette Marshall. Look at the sprayed edges. It's just purple on the top and bottom with some gold foiling. I was going to read this a few weeks ago, and then when I went on Fable I found out that there is like a prequel. Is that the one that's like before it? I read that on my Kindle and it was only a short book, but I really struggled with it. So I've benched this one for now because if I really struggled with that, it did kind of put me in a slump and I didn't want to like really drag myself through this book. So I've left that for now. Then we have, I didn't even realise that I already had this one on my want to read list on Amazon, but I was waiting for it to be a bit cheaper paperback. But I had it in my Smut and Sip subscription, and it's Leave Me Behind by KM Morinova. The sprayed edges on it are glorious. I am really excited. The end pages are really cute on this as well. So I'm really excited to read this. But I am just going through some books on my Kindle for the moment because I have done a few physicals. So I want to read some on my... I like to do 1 Kindle, 1 physical and do it like that. But it turns out I did 2 physicals back to back. And now I'm just going to do 2 Kindles back to back to kind of balance it out. And it's also easier at the moment being on my Kindle. So these 2, because I have no room. These are double stacked. I don't know if you can even see them. But I have just ordered these 2. I basically, let me get all 3 out. I got all 3 of these as a bundle on Vinted because I take part in Brogan Tate's book club on Instagram. And her book this month was Across the Vanishing... oh my god, I can't get my words out. Across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles. And they do have a really nice sprayed edge one in the works. If I go to the works, I'm not coming out with just 1 book, and I'm on maternity leave, so I thought best not. And then Amazon was selling it at a hefty price, but this girl was selling this one for £4, which is cheaper than what it was on the works, and I got 2 more. I ended up spending £6. So Across the Vanishing Sky, which I do need to read this month. But I am really intrigued with it because it's, from what I've read, it's a romance with a mystery element to it, and I can get on board with that. Then I got Love Story by Lindsay Kelk, which is just a pretty cover. I am always drawn in by a cover, and I do judge books by their covers, to be honest. And then this one, I Invited Her In by Adele Parks. As you would have, if you watched my previous video, no, I don't really read much thrillers, but I do just want to read one every now and again just to kind of get in the swing of it. So I also had this because I read the back of it and it did sound really good. However, I have just seen is third person, and we all know I struggle with third person. So we'll see. Hugo's now snoring, so you're probably going to hear him as well. Amazing. These two. This one I have for Christmas off my brother and sister-in-law. And it's an indie author, like indie self-published book, I think it is. And I'm dying to read it. I just like, it's a little bit bigger than your standard paperback, like, and the pages are white, not off-white, they're white. But yeah, so Soul of a Psycho by Gigi Meadows. I've got that one I really want to get to soon. I'm going to say that with all these books, I will be honest. Then I've got this one, Better Together by Christine Riccio, which is a American paperback with the flop like that, which I love because you can just have it open like that when you're reading. It was $2.99 from TK Maxx, so got that one. I have Sophie Kinsella, The Burnout. I don't feel like it's my usual read, but I do like a Sophie Kinsella book, and I think I had this off my fiance for my birthday last year, so got that one. Then we got Lucy Score, Things We Left Behind. I really struggled with Things We Hide From the Light, so I don't know about this one, and the sun's got to it. And she's a big book, but she's there because I do want to read it. We'll see. This one is a very recent book I've picked up from Tesco's, and I do just love the cover. Blood and Roses by Callie Hart. I loved Quicksilver. I am due to read Brimstone. I'm probably going to read that next month. But then saying that, I don't know whether to save Brimstone now until September, October time. I don't know. I guess I need to quit talking. We're going to gather quite quickly. I'm a yapper. So these videos are never going to be short. I like the little artwork in it. There is also end pages. Oh, cutesy. There's a nurse there. And dark and mysterious guy there. I think it's a dark romance book. Then we got Fix Them Up by Maggie Grant. I'm sure I just got this as part of a 3 for $7.50 deal from the works at some point. This little dinky book I got from Amazon. Katie Ford, Saving the Day. I thought, do you know what? The font is really big in that as well. I don't really chase the numbers with, I need to read X amount of books a month. But if I want to have a cheeky little extra book on my tally, I thought that one would be good. Wish I Were Here by Melissa Wiesner. It's giving me a German name. So I'm taking that as a V, not a W. This one's quite a floppy book as well. I got this one from Amazon. I thought it was in third person then. It's not, it's first. So I've got that one. I love a Lynn Painter book. I know the majority of her books are YA, but I do love Lynn Painter. I love all of them. I can't even give you everything. Nothing Like the Movies. I am hesitant about this one because I loved Better Than the Movies, and from the blurb on the back of here, it's like second chance from Better Than the Movies, and I'm like, if they've broken up from Better Than the Movies, do I really want to watch this? Read this? Watch it? Oh my god. Do I really want to read it? Because the love story in Better Than the Movies, I just think, how can you fall out of love when you had a love like that, you know? But then I do have Fake Skating, which I've seen her promoting for ages on Instagram, so I'm excited to read this one. I do love ice hockey. Not a fan of ice hockey, ice skating though, to be honest. Another books from a series, which I did say in my other video, I'm not that bothered about reading series, but I did like the Say You Square book. So I've got Promise Me Not and Keep Me Never by Megan Brandy. I'm hoping they're going to be good. I've not heard anything bad about them, but I've never seen raging reviews about them either. If you've read any of these books I'm showing you and you absolutely love them, please let me know, because I'm going to put them to the top of my radar. If you hated them, tell me why, because I might end up unhauling them then, because there's no point in reading it otherwise. Another author I will buy a book from their book. Another author I'll buy their book straight away without even knowing anything about them or hesitating is Sarah Adams. I love her books. So I've got here Practice Makes Perfect, Beg, Borrow or Steal, Off Limits, Rule and The Enemy. I know these are all part of a series, but I'm sure they're interconnected, and I'm not that bothered about reading them in order. I'm just going to read them as and when it suits. Another auto-buy author is Ali Hazelwood. However, actually, I haven't bought her last couple of books because they've not really been my thing. But Loathe to Love You, I'm sure there's 3 different books in here. So I thought that would be quite cool, because it's like 3 in 1. Untamed Heart by Gemma Moore. I love the cover of this in general, and I know she's just brought a second one out, which is more of a purple book. I love purple. So this one needs to jump up on my TBR list quite a bit, so I can get on that one. Then I've got Bad Bishop by LJ Shen. I'm so behind on everything. I swear a second book of this has come out soon. It's already come out actually, and it's mafia romance. Then we got Never Date a Roommate by Paula Ottoni. It's quite a shortish book. I have nothing more to say. I have 2 hardbacks here. One of them is a non-fiction, which I don't really read non-fiction, but I love Miranda Hart. My mum bought me this for Christmas. Was it this Christmas or Christmas before? I feel like it was the Christmas before. I can't remember when it was published. It was the year it was published. I had it for Christmas. 2024. So yeah, it was the Christmas before I had it. I do want to read it because I love Miranda Hart, but I'm not sure if I might do it as more of an immersive read or just listen to it on Audible. Not on Audible. Listen to it as an audiobook on Spotify, because I'm sure she narrates it as well, which I think will be a better way to hear the story than me just reading it in my head. Then the next one is another one I've bought off Vinted. It's called The Four by Ellie Keel, and I think it's a bit different for me, a bit of a different book, but look at how stunning. And then it's just got some pink foiling on the actual cover. But this one, it also comes with a bookmark. I don't know if she left it in there on purpose or not. I think it's more of a mystery academia book. Oh, here we go. Horrifically thrilling, emotionally gripping. So I think that could be giving thriller vibes. Then we have Burning Daylight by Emily McIntyre. I'll be honest, the cover drew me in, but I have a feeling this is Romeo and Juliet, like based on Romeo and Juliet. I can't think of the word of not rewritten. You all know what I mean. You're probably shouting at the screen right now. Then we have Dead Poets Sorority by Sophia Shelley. This one I had on my list for quite a while, and my mum picked it up for me for my birthday, I think. Handsome, funny, and a real romantic. Unfortunately, he's dead. Yes. Grin and Beard It by Penny Reid. Just a boring blue sprayed edge, but a sprayed edge nonetheless. Quite a hefty book as well, and I will be honest, I only bought it because it was £1 in the works. I am a sucker for doing that, but I do like the fact that the FMC in this book is not your typical skinny, blonde-haired, blue-eyed FMC. She's more of a curvy girl. So I'm interested to see how it's been written. I would like it to be a, oh my god, there's illustrations in here. I love that. I am intrigued to see whether she is a curvy girl that doesn't have a problem with the fact that she's curvy. Like, why has all books that have curvy girls in have to be insecure and worried about their weight? I would like it to be a strong FMC. We'll see. Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is a different book for me, but it's a vampire book and I love me a vampire book. Maybe we'll go through my read shelf in another video and you can see what books I've read and enjoyed enough to keep on my shelf. Because if I read a book and I don't like it, I just get rid of it. So, Carissa Broadbent. Is this... There's only 2 books. I haven't got the second one yet, but I will see. I'm not usually that tame, but I'll see if I like this one enough to get the second book. And I pray to God it's not leaving me on a cliffhanger. I can't stand a book that leaves me on a cliffhanger. Even if I've got the next book already, I don't like it. Then we've got the next 2 books from the My Dark Romeo series from Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. So I got My Dark Desire and My Dark Prince. I'm sure this one's first, then this one. I don't know. I think these are interconnected. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've already read the first one. But oh, I've just seen the dedication in this one for all the girls whose daddies broke their hearts before any boy ever had a chance to. And she's no ordinary Cinderella. So that's a Cinderella retelling. That's a story. That's the word I was looking for. I love a retelling, and Cinderella is my favourite princess. She has been ever since I was younger. And that dedication speaks a little more closer to home than I thought it was going to. Then we have Want by Gillian Anderson. Now this book is on here, but I'm never going to sit and read it like a book. I am just going to pick it up as and when to read some of it, because I don't feel like it's the kind of book that you would sit and read like this, for instance. But I have read some bits of it because Kieran was like, what's it even about? So I like read him some snippets. So I've got that one. And then I have the It List by Melanie Cantor. She's a bit of a floppy book. Again, it's not the sort of book that I would usually go for, but I was intrigued by it enough to put it on my wish list, and then my fiance got it for me. I can't even read you the blurb. Not that I was going to, because this video is already probably really long. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by all of them. I'm just not intrigued enough to pick them up. Do you understand? You Said I Was Your Favourite by Monica Murphy. I loved Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I'm not sure if I am too old to read this book, if it's going to feel too weird. I'm sure these are about teenagers, 16, 17-year-olds. I'm not sure. I'll have to look more into it. And I know there's loads of other books, which I have this one here as well. All My Kisses for You. I don't know if they're interconnected. I'm sure they are all interconnected. This is a Lancaster Prep. I think this is a separate series. Oh my god, Monica Murphy has so many books out. He is Awaken. Let me go through these quick. So I've got those 2. And then I've got these 6 Christina Lauren books, which have been on my shelf for a stupidly long time, which to the point now I'm like, am I actually going to read them? I've got Love and Other Words, My Favourite Half Night Stand, and The Paradise Problem. And then I also have True Love Experiment, Dating You, Hating You, and Roomies. I do just love the covers on them, to be honest. I love the way that it's been done. But yes, that is all the books on my physical. Maybe in another video we'll go through the books on my Kindle TBR. But yes, that's all my books. I need to go and be a mum again. Send me all your prayers because the boy is not having a good day. It is lunchtime. We've had a very eventful last 40 minutes maybe. He's woken up from his nap, not happy again. So I've just made us some lunch. I've just looked back my clip doing my books as well. Half of them, they're not even in frame, so I am sorry. I'm not going to refilm it, I'm sorry. But for my lunch, I've got one of those rolls that I got from Tesco's with the chicken in, a slice of the Gouda cheese, and then I put it under the grill to melt. So it's like a little Subway. I've put some salt and pepper on, and then I've also got, you can see a little bit there, some garlic peronaise. I've also got a Cola X from Lidl's. Crisp. And then some cheese and Marmite puffs. My mum got these for us. Evan loves them, so he's chomping on a few. I've made him an omelette. There's nothing in it, it's just egg omelette. He will love that. Hugo will also. And then I've got in here for him some Greek style yogurt mixed with some of that peaches and apricot pouch I bought earlier. So he's going to have a little bit of that as well. He's probably not going to eat it all, but yes, this is lunch. Let's have a taste of this, shall we? That was a good shout. Right, I don't know. Am I too close? I might be too close on this. And I'm not sure if you can see. I might have to block out this part if it's in the clip, because Evan is feeding. Because I'm hoping he's going to go and have a second nap. We've had a bit of a testing day today. So I thought we'd just lie on the bed for a bit, chill out. I've just sorted out my clothes for holiday, which I am going to do a video on of me packing. So just checking over bits we've got. For me, I don't need an awful lot more, because I'm not taking very much. I'm really conscious with Evans. I've got 9 to 12 clothing for him, and he's in 6 to 9 at the moment, and his 6 to 9 clothes are still like falling off him. So I might need to redo his holiday shop. I've just been editing some of the video that went up before this one, and now I'm going to read some of my book, I think, because I want to read some of it. So yeah, this is the update. This video I'm anticipating is already going to be quite a long one, so I'll probably just finish off when I'm cooking later. Just chilling out. I have just put my pyjamas on that I had on this morning, and Evan hasn't napped. We were on the bed for about an hour and he just didn't want to nap. So Kieran's just come home from work. He's taken him off my hands. He's going to go and get him to sleep downstairs, and I'm going to get dinner sorted. I'm going to leave this video here because I'm anticipating it's already going to be quite long. But if you have made it to the end, thank you so much. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, please do stick around. Don't forget to give it a like and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.